Hey,
Good
family.
evening, Dracia. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Trenton?
Good evening, Dracia. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Trenton?
Well, if you ever felt like you've done the same thing over again, that's kind of going to be a recurring theme tonight. So, on a serious note, I am doing well, and we are here to enjoy some Groundhog Day rules. You want to give
Yes.
some highlights of this?
The Groundhog Day rules are, um, just Groundhog Day, where stuff happens over and over again. You wake up the same morning. What will is, our runners are going to have to do a hard reset on their game. Um, they can run for a maximum of before they have to completely reset and start a new file. And they can reset as many times as they want, as long as their time is less than 45 minutes. And once we reach the hour and a half mark, any run that begins past an hour and a half is allowed to stay until finished without resetting. I hope I made sense out of that.
Every runner was going to have to manage their time carefully. However, you'll usually see people get a little ambitious once they have figured out where the key items were. Pretty much, you'll see people run either to the 45-minute mark or until they see all items for go mode on their first run, and then of our top runners, I think we're going to see them go for it and get it in the second round.
Absolutely. And we have some lovely, lovely runners on the restream today. We've got Truant Gamer, John Tabin, JSR, and Magic Friends.
They have been around plenty of this randomizer. Two of them, I'm not sure they've actually done the Groundhog Day rules before, but this has also been a Battle Royal staple before. So this is not a brand new concept. It's been an annual tradition for, I think, at least 3 years now, if not longer.
Oh, wow. Well, for me personally, this is my first Groundhog Day, so I am extremely excited to see what we've got.
You mean you didn't have fun last week? But a bump.
Oh, yeah.
I promise not to do that too much tonight. Only a little.
I mean, as much as you want. I'll act like it's the first time every time.
We will see them off and running here soon. They will start, I believe it's vanilla start tonight. Or not.
Almost. Just northwest of Vanilla Start.
But they did get the wood sword at start, so that's great. Then it's going to be hunting for stuff and things. Oh yeah, JSR using a custom sprite set, so he'll be swinging a bone around.
Of course, Captain Holt does not like that word.
Oh, that is such a non-fun screen, in particular for those wizrubs to be on if you're not screen scrolling.
Seriously, even if you are screen scrolling, because they have absolutely no concept of boundaries and barriers. We've got a letter pickup on Truant's side.
Not a vanilla letter location, but I think you actually get the hint for the letter there.
I believe so, yes.
So, obviously we've seen wizrobes on the overworld, now ropes on the overworld too, so we've got some shuffling going back and forth between the dungeons and the overworld, but what did we just see as our white sword item?
That was the Tootie Flute. And John Tabin, interestingly enough, picks up the blue candle instead of the sword, which is a very fascinating choice. I mean, it amps up that exploration factor. You know, we're not going for completion. We do have mixed overworld, it seems, because the fifth bush on Candle Row did not burn.
By the way, community hints this evening, so they won't be getting any help in that regard. Not that you need too much of it.
We find level 2 just south of Candle Row. And Tabin takes a retry. Probably to grab the sword this time instead of the candle. And explore non-bush spots.
That's an extremely handy money-making game to be just one screen from start. That's when
Oh,
you can really
absolutely.
make good use of them. No levels located from our featured runners as of yet.
Tabin did find on the screen just south of Candle Row.
Okay, that's what I get for looking at the tracker for 1 second. Oh, chat says they caught this right at the beginning. Well, the good news is in about 15 minutes you can catch it from the beginning again.
Exactly.
This is a night where you'll probably see the beginning twice.
At least. We do have a Laws approved seed with a max mid.
Well, he hasn't seen the large secret yet, so let's not go crazy.
Well, we do at least have as he would put it, an above average money seed. Heck, even if the large secrets aren't that big, especially if it's mixed second where you'll the large definitely does count.
Got a coast heart.
A coast item.
So, note on the tracker, since I'm updating this as we go, Magic Key turns out to be the Armos item. Let's not miss that little bit of hype there. Because of the nature of this and their resetting, I am not going to mark what runner has what piece of equipment. I'm just going to mark where they were.
Yeah, not until after the hour and a half mark, really.
Truant picks up a candle from Vanilla-ish. Choose any?
Yeah,
No, actually,
a couple
it was
screens away.
And there's level 8. JSR finds it. Taking a time, I would assume, to update whatever tracking he's doing.
That is the 30 rupee Armos that has level 8.
Yeah, I feel like in these flags, you're going to really explore a dungeon when you're in it, to the extent you aren't locked out of anything. Because in a normal race setting, you may be willing to gamble, okay, I got 1 item out of the 8, what's the chances it has 2 that I want if it's a lot of rooms left? But here,
12
even to
rupee
find a
bombs are very
dud,
happy.
even to find a dud item tells you where you don't need to look on the reset.
That is for sure.
A lot of quick exploration instead of diving into the dungeons. It looks like they want to map this overworld out as quickly as they can.
Definitely. That's... we've got an 11 rupee small seed. Laws is predicting a trash large secret. Don't speak it into existence.
I think when it comes from Laws, it still counts as a commentator's curse.
Yeah, that is for sure. Laws is 105. All right, this is Laws.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can turn their nose at that much money. Although that one's
not at all.
seemed pretty out of the way. I'm not sure we'll see people actually go back for that on a reset.
No, it's near the law. So unless
And
there's
welcome,
something else that's
those
really
of
good.
Welcome those of you joining us from Speed Gaming 4. You are joining us for Zelda 1 Randomizer, and we are doing Groundhog Day flags. So don't worry if you missed the start, you'll get another chance.
Wait, have they already started?
Truant is diving into level 8 here and takes the first staircase. Of course, level 8, very likely to be segmented. And looks like it's a pretty sizable level 8, in fact.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Horizontal shoot room, but the Tektites still come to us.
Yeah.
They can be quite the pain in dungeons when you have them there, but this is one where they cooperate.
They did not roll up, although we do have a creepypasta here.
The overly caffeinated land molas, as I like to refer to them.
Oh yes. I was raised by a cup of coffee. That is such a mood.
Level 7, by the way, located at the Lost Hills entrance, which would be vanilla level 5.
Well, I mean, that 105 large secret is on the way there, then.
Question in chat, which sword does JSR have? Because it's the dog bone. That is, in fact, the wood sword. We've not seen the white sword yet.
I'm curious as to what the sprites are going to be for JSR's other swords.
We know at this point the wood sword is going to have to be in a dungeon.
Chat, it's not 15 minutes. They have to reset maximum 5 minutes, and then they can play it to completion with no limit.
They can choose to start over and start the final 45-minute timer when they'd like to. So that may come into play if somebody sees everything they need at 30 minutes and they start over, just go for it.
The mugger is money or max bombs, and JSR with a verse. Always nice to have. Give not all. The limit on the first run, you have to reset at or before 45 minutes. And your unlimited time run has to start at or after an hour and a half. Name the ink blot for 3.
Let's think about it being a Y map there. That's going to be a very easy Triforce, but again, this run, it wouldn't even be shocking to me if nobody picked up a Triforce on this run and just totally went for items.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the thing to go for at this point.
And you also want to see if any easy rooms are going to have heart containers, because you want to know, is Magic Sword on the table? Where can I get easy hearts for that recorder if I even need the recorder?
Yeah, there is an absolute possibility that that's a required item. In the case of, especially with this being Mixed Quest Overworld, there are several more potential recorder spots and several more potential power bracelet spots.
Oh, those hands. The clocks can be such a troll when it's dropped by the hands.
Oh,
and they seem to like to do it more than any other enemy.
Yeah. They, are in the clock dropping.
There's our first potential glimpse of a recorder required, because we did find a Dig Dogger in that level 8.
Yes.
Still searching for our item in this level 3. And not sure what this is a check of, unless he's trying to force bombs. Or fairy.
Oh, there is a heart in that room. That might be what he was looking for there.
Oh, it's definitely possible. Thought he would just be hunting the staircase, really.
You have easy to clear rooms. It's definitely nice to check out those drops, though.
It's also nice when you have so much money you can pay off the mugger instead of giving up a bomb.
Oh, absolutely.
So JSR, I never saw him find the item, but it looks like we've got a few rooms to the left still to scout out.
This is a potential item room as well.
Oh, I mean, when you see Bubbles and Pole's voice, you're thinking,
And there's
yeah,
a Goma block.
This is the item room.
Yeah, that would not be a very fun item room now, would it?
And we know that Goma can't block anything, though, because we've already seen the heart container out of this level 3 anyways.
Yes.
So literally no value to that one.
Unless you just want to shoot something in the eye out of frustration.
Well, this is a potential push block too. A little quicker to clear this one.
Oof. But JSR takes a bunny hug.
They were a little bit kind of jerks, you know. Occasionally they've been known to be. You can check the spawn order of that room, though, and duck out after a couple clears, but when you only have one left...
Well, speaking of the Guria out of that one room, however, is going back to this one.
Yeah, I'm almost a little surprised by that. By the way, bosses are going to be a little easier to kill today. They're on 0 HP. We haven't covered that yet because we haven't really fought a boss yet.
Oh, it looks like that push block room may very well be our bubble room.
Did a quick check for wall masters, which is very smart. You don't want to make assumptions and get bit for it later.
Very swaggy with that HUD clip. And our item 3 is the heart container. Or is a heart container.
Yeah, so apparently we have
so we
heart
do
shuffle,
heart shuffle.
I didn't realize that, but that's going to make it very important to check for all these heart drops then. We're going to be killing a lot of rooms.
We've got the Heartbreak Hotel in level 3 there. Truant's about to enter level 7.
But notably, those are the first dungeon items that we've seen.
Yeah, both of them hearts. Go figure. This is a potential... That is a transport. Never mind.
Some level 7 exploration. Why does it have to be level 7? It's always level 7.
Honestly, definitely a good dungeon to dig before the reset. Because if you find out what's in it... I keep fading in and out.
The Lionels there can be extremely unfriendly in the wrong type of room. And I mean, some of these, they're annoying enough when you get Wizrobes in them, but to have Lionels just shooting beams around like they just don't care, that can really wreck your day. Truant going to be able to pay off the mugger and explore this 7 a little more. And another potential dig dugger block. The exploration of 7 continues. We've got magic friends working through this level 8. We've still not seen any of the items there. 3 turned out to just be ready for Valentine's Day, has all the hearts. And we're still missing a bunch of levels at this point. Of course, a lot of time ahead in this first run. They have up to 45 minutes for exploration. If you could get the whole thing done that fast, then so much the better.
I apologize about having some microphone trouble, so hopefully I'm not having that microphone trouble anymore. My connection appears to be okay, but hey, we'll figure it out.
We've got the any roads for JSR. Where will they lead? That's a nice jump from Near Start to Death Mountain.
Down to the Dead Woods, and that's also one less recorder spot to check. This is it's a pretty good any road group.
Yeah, I mean, I
got
consider...
the book in 7.
That's an Atlas. I would absolutely pick that up.
Oh, absolutely.
Some seeds, they won't do it if it's just Atlas, but particularly on a first run here, I think that has a ton of value.
I would definitely agree with you there. And the ink blot for level 7 looks like when my parents still loved each other.
I was just going to say it looks like a European 7.
I mean, yeah, that too. I just had to make the Rorschach joke.
So we've not seen a weapon upgrade yet, but hey, there's a lot we haven't seen, and a heart on the floor in 7.
So we got the heart in the book in 7. Double hearts in 3. A whole lot of laggy Lionels.
And those Lionels can
Magic
put a lot of
Friends,
sprites on the screen and mess you up.
Oh yes. This might be an item. It is late.
Well, if you weren't hungry, now you can have thoughts of croissants and be hungry. But Power Bracelet's going to open up a few more checks for us.
That is for sure. Go figure, finds the book, then finds the map. Level 1, Tabin has found.
Alright, fantastic find when you're talking about 3 potential drops in this dungeon. This is definitely something you're going to want to spend time in, and we've got the magic key, so... Of course, John Tabin is leaving. As I'm explaining all the reasons to stay.
Well, the more you explore... I mean, I would say that John Tabin is probably going to clear the rest for coming back to level 1. Just to see what's around since he's in the area.
Got ropes, and they'll kindly give us a bunch of money, as JSR is going to be our first to pick up the recorder.
Welcome to everybody who is popping in from Speed Gaming 1.
We are happy to have you. We are enjoying some Zelda 1 Randomizer Weekly tonight. This is Groundhog Day rules, so every 45 minutes that elapses of their run, they must reset and start from absolute scratch. Won't hurt that much, though, because the wood sword is on the front screen, so they will work on gaining whatever knowledge they can and try to complete the run as quickly as they are able. We thus far know where the wood sword is, the power bracelet, the recorder, and the magic key.
And Truant level 2.
Which also brings to mind that we know where the book is. That is in 7, and that is our atlas, meaning anytime we go into a dungeon, it gives us the map automatically.
The level 2 main game to me. Specifically the trendy game from Link's Awakening, picking up that Yoshi doll.
Bunch of Lionels in this level 2, and not the friendliest rooms to see them in.
No, absolutely not. Everyone's got plenty of bombs.
Now, bomb's not as big as concern here, but one thing you can do in a room like this is you duck out, and segmented 2, I can kind of understand why he didn't take that right away, but looks tempting.
That's it.
As long as he doesn't go through too many rooms, it's not going to hurt him. We got a floor.
Well, there's a heart.
Seen a bunch of hearts so far. That is number 5 by my count.
Yeah, there is definitely that Majora's Mask feel to it. To the Groundhog's Day rules.
At this point, we still don't know if recorder is required or not.
Well, the bait is not required. Because that was a very, very useless hangry Lionel. Just over in that corner, too.
That is quite the room. The good-ish news is you can use the bubbles to dodge some annoying amounts of damage.
Yeah. Very strategic there.
The bad news is Lionel's plus turrets.
Oh, yes.
Being told recorder is 100% required. I'm not sure what we've seen yet for that. Level 5 from the Dead Woods. Okay. Did not see that, but that's valid. You know, you're looking at 4 screens at once. Occasionally, things get overlooked. But we finally have a dig of level 1 here by JSR.
And I think JSR may have found the white sword in one. That bone is gold now. And at 6 hearts, it's definitely not mags.
No, I think you are onto something there. So we've got Patra, our old friend, hanging out.
Love Patra. The Expando Patra, of course, that being a spell from Harry Potter.
I'm working on updating 2 different trackers as we go.
I believe in you!
We've already seen this coast item be a heart, so we knew that check. We've seen one of the recorder spots, I believe, from the Any Roads.
Taven has found level 6 all the way up in the northwest corner. Almost in 2Q9.
I think that's everything unless we're still missing 4.
I believe we are.
Silvers? Did we see silvers?
Where do we find silvers? Silvers are in 1.
Yeah, says. So, JSR is well rewarded for digging one of the most prolific dungeons. Third item turns out to be a heart. When you've got 3 potential drops in this dungeon across the fewest rooms, level 1's got a lot of value.
Oh yes. Silvers and the white sword. I'm guessing the white sword at least. No, I don't know where the white sword was, but we got the ladder. We have the ladder in 1. I don't know where JSR found the white sword. Must have been in 2, maybe? I don't know.
Well, we will see when somebody else comes up with it, but what a level 1 anyways to get ladder and silvers out of.
Absolutely. And, for purposes of the tracker, the power bracelet was in level 8.
Alright.
And, getting word from chat that the bone is white again. That must have just been a palette thing for that level.
Odd. Makes it a little more confusing.
A little bit.
But onward, we know that the white sword has to be in a dungeon because we've seen everything outside the dungeon and it's not one of those.
We got a vanilla blue ring price.
Not the easiest location, you have to have white sword to get it. Which means you have to go through some Lionels and a Patra to get blue ring. It's probably what you'd want blue ring for.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because the money is so good in this seed with those secrets, as now we're joined by Speed Gaming 3. The gang's all here.
The gang is all here. Welcome. Are popping in from SG3. We are doing the Zelda 1 Groundhog Day Randomizer.
We totally haven't said that before at all.
What are you talking about? Of course we haven't said that.
So our runners have up to 45 minutes to play the seed before they have to reset and do it all over again. They get whatever knowledge they get, and then they can plan their route accordingly through future runs. Druid will happily avail himself of a cheap pack of bombs.
Oh, yes. That's a cheap red candle, too. Or blue candle, rather.
We may see moves to purchase the candle instead of taking it via a choose any. For one thing, you could skip letter purchasing medicine and get a potion that way. The other is we still have not seen this white sword.
And we have not seen level 4.
Yeah.
As Truant finds
we
level
know-
1, is going to be very happy with what he finds.
But we know Magic Sword has to be on the overworld, so if you can figure out how many hearts Magic Sword will cost, that might be something you actually want to route in as far as your sword upgrade instead of worrying about White Sword.
That is definitely very true. Have we found the White Sword Cave yet?
That was the flute.
Or,
The flute
not the
was-
White Sword Cave, the Mag's Cave, my bad.
We've not found it yet, but we know it has to be on the overworld. It can be blocked, but it has to be on the overworld somewhere.
That is absolutely true. Did we find both level 2 items? Were they both hearts?
2 was all hearts.
Gotcha.
This is why I'm keeping 2 different trackers.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, so far we've seen heart items be hearts in 1, 2, 3, and 7. We've seen another heart out of... I marked it as 3, but I think that was actually 2. We've seen the silver and ladder out of 1, the book out of 7, and the croissant 8. Question, chat, why would you play with white hearts? Some people like a challenge.
I believe when the hearts go down, it's like a very, very faint cyan, almost. Or maybe they can't see it at all. I don't know.
If you can shoot your sword, you have full health, though. It's just don't take a hit,
That
and
is
you
true.
don't have a problem. As long as you take no damage, there is no issue.
Don't take a hit. What are you?
Yeah,
RBG?
that's simple. Druid taking some time to clear out these Wizprobes. I don't think he'd be farming them for bombs, so I wonder if he was just taking it down to 1 for easier navigation purposes.
Probably so. You pop out of a cave and whizzies are everywhere. It's never a fun time.
Yeah, any time you can cut 6 things trying to kill you down to 1 thing trying to kill you, that's a lot less trying to kill you.
Yes, it is. And well, we can get the recorder with 5 hearts.
Question in chat, why are the individual runner items not updating? That is because they're all going to lose them. Unless somebody pulls off the miracle run here in the next 15 minutes. So, for simplicity's sake and not going crazy on my part, I'm just updating where the items we know are for now.
Yeah, in 15 minutes, everybody's going to be hard resetting their files and starting a brand new one. So there's no sense in marking who has what. We have a level 6 ink blot. That's a B for Boletta. Shoutouts.
And I think the game is just giving us a thumbs up.
Can it be both? Can it be Boletta?
I wouldn't know.
Well,
So, for as many hearts as we have seen, nobody's really that high on hearts. JSR's got the most of what we're seeing, but
We see the red ring in 6.
that's a phenomenal find.
Yes, it is.
So obviously a big increase in our defense.
Up to 45 minutes every time until the hour and a half mark after the once what Laws said after 9 unlimited seed, any run started after 90.
This is not Final Fantasy 1. We are not keeping our heroes trapped in a time loop for 2,000 years. We do want them to be able to finish tonight. We do have plenty of money tonight. I mean, when the lowest we see on screen is 150 rupees, that's a lot of money.
Oh yes, very much so. And that was a relatively so nobody's gonna be spending. Silver's earned 1. Nobody's gonna be buying arrows. So all of those high cost items are not really, especially because we don't know where the bow is yet. Anyway.
So interesting. We had people in 8, but 2 things are missing from 8 we've not seen yet. We had early access to it.
8's a big dungeon. You just want to try to dig out the smaller dungeon.
Any information you get is good, even if you don't actually find an item. If you narrowed it down to, say, 4 or 9 for the bow, then that tells you better be digging level 4 and level 9.
Oh, absolutely.
So sometimes even the negative exploration is going to be good for you at this point.
Oh, Magic Friend's taking a death right before checking the power bracelet. Go west, young man. The interesting thing about that community hit room was that the young man actually.
Strangely, the give does swallow the key, but that's apparently what he did.
I don't know why he swallowed the key.
Probably a bet. Truant gonna find the ladder. Never a disappointing sight. But 35 minutes in might make you not feel the best, but now you know where it is.
Well, it's in right now.
And I still don't think we've seen level 4, interestingly.
We have not, but we've got all the exploration items. So I guess we will see.
That's going to be one of our biggest things, and there's level 3 for John Tabin. But yeah, finding this level 4 before this timer runs out, I feel like is one of the biggest priorities.
Oh, 100%.
Though I will say, when you know it's only in a handful of locations, that's one thing, but one of those is still a raft.
Oh, right, we did not find the raft.
So that's a huge piece of information. If it's power bracelet blocked, that's another big piece of information, because we haven't seen all those checks.
To answer the question in chat, there are this is mixed quest. There are several more locations in second quest that the recorder will unlock, more than just Recorder Lake like in first quest. This is mixed quest, so some of the overworld has first quest locations and some of the overworld has second quest locations. Like that burn bush that would be level 8 in vanilla first quest will not burn in second quest.
And Truant continues to explore level 1. That's our only dungeon
And
right
no,
now.
JSR.
JSR's found Mags.
You cannot get the magic sword with 7 hearts.
That much he knew.
But that is definitely good to know.
Yeah, I think that's a big piece of information because you're going to be able to pick up easy hearts now.
100%.
And you know the money is so plentiful and that there's a bunch of these candle shops floating around.
Absolutely.
It's an easy way to get that 1 heart closer to Magic Sword. Now,
We know that 2 and 3 are both. Oh, John gets sniped by a Wizzy. We know that level 2 and 3 both are all hearts, and they know a lot of the take any locations. And with a cheap candle, where the candle is literally medium secret plus 1 rupee, I don't think any of them are gonna grab the candle from the take any anymore.
You know, we haven't really talked about this, but what a seed this is! This is almost the perfect seed for this format that we are running, because no one has put together the whole picture yet. Between the 4 runners, we have not been able to put together the whole picture yet. We don't have 4, we don't have 9.
And we did have a and JSR is gonna go ahead and do a hard reset now.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be kind and redo his timer too.
Oh, that would be nice.
This is bold, I think, because he does not have all the levels, and I kind of think that would be my minimum standard for resetting early, because you've got the ladder. Okay, he's going to start at 37-33.
Apparently I'm still cutting out. This is irritating. Let me check this again.
I made a note of that in Notepad, but I really feel like this is a big gamble on JSR's part because he had the items for exploration and gave those up with this reset. I feel like it would have been easier to find those missing levels with them. JSR is gonna pick up his sword. And there's 9. So I was incorrect. We had found that, I believe. Now it's just level 4 missing. Where is our elusive level 4? We also do not have the bow located as of yet. Chat asking about the benefit of a hard reset. I believe he's referring to JSR starting a new file. You had to do it by the 45-minute mark. So what JSR has done is start his second run before anybody else has. Don't know yet if that'll actually pay off to any advantage, because he has to retread a lot of ground while everybody else has still got the chance to explore for a few more minutes before they are forced to. And again, nobody has been able to put together the entire puzzle yet. JSR was still missing a few things when he did the reset. Does not know the location of the bow, does not know the location of level 4. I think he does have the location of level 9, so those should really be the only pieces of the puzzle that he is missing right now. Obviously, a bunch of items we do not yet know where they are, but your priority is what's required. And Dracia, does seem like we have any improvements?
I have no idea. I hope that chat will be able to let me know whether I keep cutting in and out.
Well, it sounded pretty decent there, so...
Okay,
Their
cool.
Discord cooperates now.
Yeah, I think I just had to reconnect. I was making sure that I was plugged in everywhere properly as well. So
GSR is going to pick up that quick key.
looks like Magic Friends is going to be resetting his timer. So that
Alright, 2 of our runners on to their second run. Magic Friends was kind enough to do the timer resets. That one's a little easier for us to follow. John Tabin follows not far behind. Looks like he restarted 4240. So they only lost a couple of minutes that they didn't explore, but I still don't like that, particularly when you still had unanswered questions that were theoretically easier to get before the reset instead of after.
absolutely. And has anybody able to name that tune that Truant Gamer keeps tooting?
I haven't seen any guesses in chat yet. I was never very good at that.
Yes, Laz, it is probably a tune.
I mean, SNES RPGs had the best video music in video games. Fight me. There's Dig Dogger. Is this required for an item?
It is possible. Yeah, we have only found one of the staircase items in level. And have less than a minute before they need to reset.
Yeah, this is solid exploration, especially if John Tabin, well, is probably not going to find the ladder, actually. He's just going to find that it is one. But that's going to be, I think, information enough that you want to come back here. And Truant going to restart. He might actually
Truant
be
is
waiting till
the exact.
literally 45.
It would appear to be.
Well, if you're not going to reset the timer, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the easiest one to keep track of. And there we go for Truant.
Hi, Trenton. How are you doing tonight?
Well, I was doing better before I realized I had put all of JSR stuff under Truant on the tracker. That's what I get for trying to update it.
Oops. All berries.
I mean, Truant will catch up to that point anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it.
You know, you're not wrong there. Tabin is continuing past the 45-minute mark, though. That's very not bueno.
He reset at 4240.
That's right.
Notepad is my third tracker of the night.
That's right. It was Tabin and Magic that reset at 42. Tabin just decided not to.
I like the strats for Tabin and Magic Friends going back to 1 pretty quickly, so they'll be rewarded with that ladder quickly, and that plus Magic Key, they shouldn't be stopped in any dungeon particularly.
Absolutely.
Truant does opt to choose a blue candle instead of picking up a heart. And still wonder whether or not we have to fight those Dig Doggers, so... White Sword item is the recorder. We know it's required for a dungeon access, but not necessarily within the dungeons.
And we're not sure yet whether ladder is required, but it's definitely a good quality of life item.
I think we do have a dungeon ladder blocked entrance.
Oh, do we?
Up by Waterfall.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's one thing I didn't actually go with tracking since... Again, there's a lot of things to track tonight, but Truant's gonna get the red ring. Great
That's
early
a good
get.
thing to immediately get. And grabbing that Triforce. I think Truant's putting the afterburner on.
Yeah, I think Truant is going for it. I think everybody is going to go for it on this second seed, which is why I'm actually updating things.
That checks out.
Question of Jet, do they need 8 pieces of Triforce? Yes, they do. They've got to get the whole puzzle together. JSR is going to pick up the Power Bracelet.
That's got to be where level 4 is, because there are a lot of PB spots that had not been checked.
That in the raft locations.
Yes.
Truant's going to enter level 1 to hunt down that raft. Not raft, ladder. I'm thinking raft because we were just talking about it. So, Chad, how about it? What do you think blocks level 4? Place your guesses now. But how about that? Just a seed where it's 50 minutes in and we don't know where one of the levels is. That's a seed. We also do not know the location of the bow. Those are 2 mission-critical pieces of information we do not have yet.
Extremely. What do you think of a chain reaction seed?
So as I'm looking at this, raft and bow are not allowed in 9 per the flags. So knowing that, it's looking like bow in 4, raft required 4?
Potentially. Ladder block draft? You know, because as the audience and commentators, that makes it the most fun. Love the chain reactions.
Got a lot of this overworld explored in the first run. Still some spots we did not see. We had one runner locate the magic sword. Did I put a JSR Triforce under Truant? Because Truant just got it out of 1. Anybody want to be our tracker tonight?
You did.
Just saying, the option's still on the table.
You did put the any key under Truant where Tabin has it.
Well, I expected him to go back for it faster.
I mean, that's fair.
David gonna pick up the recorder.
To answer chat, it is absolutely possible for this to be somebody's ready run.
Yeah, JSR absolutely is going for it on this run, or he wouldn't have reset early.
That is for sure.
Now, somebody else like Truant, who waited all the way to 45, may not be thinking that on this run, but when he has enough information, we may see him start a new one right away.
Oh, absolutely.
And I really feel like that information is where's the bow.
Yeah, that's the biggest bit of info. Although if he does reset before an hour and a half, he is going to have to reset again at some point.
He is the only one with that option, interestingly enough, because everybody else restarted early. So if
I
they
think that was
don't
all-
finish this run, it could end up being a bit of a time loss for the other runners.
Oh, absolutely. I think Truant made a very good play, especially because he explored almost up until the 45 mark.
It's not always just having the time, it's what you do with the time, and Truant used his well. But make no mistake, JSR did as well. He used less time, but covered a lot of that exploration.
And JSR is checking more power brace.
So I think what JSR has put the puzzle together that it's got to be power bracelet or raft. So if you hit the power bracelet spots, you either find it or tell you that it's the raft. He's starting over! JSR is going to start his third run already at 51:28.
Maybe this will be it for him. More will be revealed.
I can only think that he thought he had level 4. In whatever form or fashion, whether it was process of elimination or a mismark on his tracking, I believe JSR thought he had level 4.
I think you might be right.
Because he stopped on that screen when he saw the choose any. For some reason, he thought that was it. So JSR is on day 3, everybody else on day 2. And we are still looking for where's the bow. This is why I didn't want to mark people's items on the tracker, I'm just saying. Alright. Truant heading up here, that was level 8, I believe, which we still do not have all the items out of.
No, all we know is the croissant.
That's one of the most fascinating things to me, is that in these flags, we don't know all the items from level 8.
That probability that 8 could have the bow.
We've got 2 potential items in 8, 2 in 5, 2 in 4, and 1 in 3, if I've got everything correct so far.
I believe... And our red candle, bow, raft, and white sword, and the 2 boomerangs.
Important items are not allowed to be in 9s, so we know that raft and bow cannot be there. Which puts it between 3, 4, 5, and one of these other items in 8.
3 was double heart.
3 was double heart? Okay.
Yep. So it's got to be...
So 4, 5, and 2 checks in 8. So basically it's a 1 in 3 chance that it's an 8 now.
Yeah? I'm a double banana level 9. Chat is saying that the raft is the coast item.
No, the coast item was definitely art.
Or was that a prediction?
Oh, okay. Not level 4, but the one over to the east. as JSR gets Triforce out of 3.
Gotcha. Okay, that was a prediction about Raft being co. It is a
Alright, Truant is digging this level 8 as Magic Friends is going to get the Power Bracelet.
lovely little Chevy rooms here. Actually, Dark Knight's in a Chevy room. When you have a amazing.
Whenever you can kill Dark Knights without them killing you, that's nice.
Oh yeah.
Patra may not be nice, but friendly.
Yeah.
Works very hard to get those hugs.
Ooh, we could have a Dig Dogger block of something in 8. Unless there's a work.
We've seen a couple potential Dig Dagger blocks. I feel like we've seen 1 in 8, 1 in 5.
I believe you're right, but Recorder's required to get to 5 anyway.
So, still looking for somebody to show us something new. It's been a little while. Actually, not that long. The newest thing we've seen was JSR finding a Choose Any under the Power Bracelet spot, one south of the ferry. Question chat, does everybody do these screen skulls that JSR has been doing? A number of people do. Not everyone does. The premise of the randomizer is that glitches are not required, but they can still certainly aid you, so people who really do this at a high level do master those glitches as much as they are able to, for as much benefit as they're able to get. Hopefully that was a half-decent explanation. Another Goma hanging around, being a pest. John Tabin nopes out of that, and we'll continue to explore this 3. The chat saying finding White Sword would be helpful, but feels like it's in 9. I agree, it feels like White Sword's going to be in 9, along with the wand, so that we have no combat upgrades outside of 9, other than the magic sword, because people haven't grabbed the hearts to get the magic sword. And Patra is not cooperating for JSR.
Patra Wayne. Laz, I can hear your voice from chat. And
Taven is exploring 3.
And I don't believe he dug it last time, because it is Oops All Hearts.
It may be the case where you decide that you're going to leave the shorter levels for replay and do the longer ones in the initial run. That way you've got a lot of information available to you.
That is fair. Oh! He gets handed.
Wall mastered right back to the beginning of the level. But it's level 3, it's not that long. It's not going to take you too terribly much to get back where you were.
Very true.
Druid is really stockpiling the hearts, though. And part of me really feels like there's a potential play for mags here. Not necessarily guaranteed, but potential. We've got level 7 at the top of the Lost Hills here, so that looks to be where Truant is going next.
And 7 did have a heart and the Atlas. And I did notice that that Fred put this horizontal shoot in level 3. Heart Shuffle is on, yes, Boletta.
We've seen that mainly come into play with dungeons having all hearts.
Yeah, 2 and 3 were both Heartbreak Hotels.
We have an absolutely loaded level 1 with the silver arrows and ladder in it. And
Hints are
I didn't
community.
see Truant grab the silvers, but I gotta assume he did that while he was there. I don't think he or JSR left without those silvers.
I don't see why they would.
Question in chat about hints. Hints are community hints, so only buy them if you're looking for a laugh. Level 7, that is a staircase. I think we've seen Book and Heart from 7.
That is correct, yeah. And with Book being Atlas, that is a very nice find.
And no sighting of Wand to be worried about fire, by the way.
Oh, yes.
That early magic key is really plays in well with these flags, or not flags, but the format itself, that they're never having to worry about keys.
That is very true.
Otherwise, they would have been routing buying enough keys into the equation, so that's saved them a good bit of having to strategize to the nth degree. Another dig dog.
As we walk into
We've seen a lot of them.
Oh, yes.
Okay, this is the other potential dig dogger block I was thinking about, but that one can't be blocking an item.
Okay. Is that, what, the room shape?
No, it's because it's 7 and we already know the 2 items.
Oh, right.
Simple answers are the best.
I do like simple answers. Dig Dogger hates Sonny and Cher. I mean, does anybody actually like Sonny and Cher?
I mean, their kids probably do.
That checks out.
It's kind of ironic that their biggest song kind of works against them.
Yeah.
I think you're getting some heat from chat.
I will agree that Cher's alright.
Right, Truant working through level 7, gonna pick up a Triforce here. I think this is actually number 4. Pretty sure the other one was 3.
Yes. As
Right.
chat is bursting into Cher.
What was 6? JSR just picked up an item there.
Oh, that was the red ring.
That's a red ring. Very good pickup. Truant's gonna get the recorder as well. Alright. Here's the bad news if you're a runner. We're halfway through the timer at this point for most people. I mean, Magic Friends at 23 minutes, that's the easiest one to check. Truant went to 45, so he's at like 20 minutes. He's got the most ground covered in terms of Triforces by far, and re-grabbing the items we need still needs the bow. I don't think anybody else is in position, really, to do it. That they could finish the run from here.
No. Not unless they come across level 4 and the bow and just throw down.
And now with the red ring, they're in a position to go a little faster. But it's a lot of ground to cover. And we still have the entirety of the exploration of 9, by the way.
Yes, and to answer chat, Overworld is mixed, yes. It appears to be mixed 1, because I saw multiple large secrets.
It's the max heart pickup for the recorder. JSR doesn't have it. And if
The bow is in 5!
Well, that's a big piece of information.
Which means the recorder is 100% required to get that bow. Now Truant is going to plow through with some with those silver arrows. With the money we've got in this seed.
And I think the chance is there for Truant. I said it even before the bow pickup, he's the one who I thought covered enough ground that he's got a chance. He's still got to get level 4. We still might need the raft to get it. But he has covered so much ground, I think there's a chance here.
There could be.
If nothing else...
Well, he just got the Triforce out of 5.
But is he done in 5?
That is a very good question. Getting from chat that the floor item in 6 was one of the boomerangs. Which one? Not sure because of a set.
This is... I don't blame Truant for moving on without seeing that second item in 5, as JSR is going to get the Triforce out too. I understand it, it's just... without knowing where level 4 is, I'm stuck wondering. I'm wondering.
Okay, so the inferior was indeed in the floor item in 6, and the floor item in 5 was a heart.
Okay. I'm telling you, Flight Sword, Magic Wand, level 9. All the combat upgrades are there. Magic Friends trying to get past the Dig Dagger does not work out so well. Turrets are no joke. Just because some people make them look easy. Never underestimate them. They'll make anything harder.
You're not wrong there.
True and into 3, so I got that one wrong earlier. I know he's got another Triforce, I'm not sure which one, but he's about to get it out of 3 here.
I believe it's 6 based on the fact he's got Red Ring.
Sounds legit.
3 was Double Heart.
Magic Friends working through level 5. Now John Tabin enters there as well. We know what awaits them here, and they've been able to narrow this down as pretty likely. They've got to be figuring either raft or ladder here.
At this point, the raft can only be in 4 or 8.
So, I want to also point out a little bit of a meta thing that JSR did. JSR was the first to start his second run. He did that 37 minutes in. He thought he had the pieces he needed. Went to a power bracelet location, to find a choose any instead of, I assume he was looking for level 4. When he did that, he reset again. He started run number 3. So he is actually got the most time of anybody running on a run right now that we see on stream.
That is true.
In fact, in his case, presumably, he will at least take this to over the 130 mark so that he'd be on the final run regardless, if he doesn't finish.
Laz does make a valid point, and if JSR does not feel confident, then he can reset at exactly 90 minutes and then have unlimited. I do think that try for mags.
Oh, chat would like to know about what the Groundhog Day flags are. It's not so much what the flags are, it's what the rules are. They have to reset at most. They can do 45 minutes to a run, and then they have to start over completely from the beginning. They get nothing, new file, new save, good day, you have nothing. Except the information that you gathered on the previous runs. And then you can use that to redo things in a better order to get a better result. So in our case, we know where all go mode items are except potentially the raft at this point. That still eludes us. And that's the bow for Magic Friends as JSR sees the Atlas. That bow is going to be a very welcoming sight for Magic Friends, and again, Magic Friends did reset the timer, so we know at this point Magic Friends has about 14 minutes left to this run. A lot to get done in those 14 minutes, with all of 9 still to explore as well, and still at least 1 level missing.
It's so baffling. Like 4 has to be raft blocked at this point, and the raft has.
Unos commenting that the flags are designed to make combat easy. I'll amend that to say easy-ish. But in particular, it hasn't come up a lot yet, but one-hit HP bosses. That is a heart in 7. We did already have that info. I had to double check myself. The 0 HP bosses hasn't really come into play too much, but it is a thing. And then also, enemies are normal HP, so you know exactly what it's going to take to kill anything you see. And I mean, usually you're going to get some combat upgrade. We just... no white sword, no wand. We're a little bit light on that department in this particular run.
Yes, as Unos is a, the focus of this rule set being around tracking and organization and routing rather than combat. Except there's always combat.
Part of it kind of becomes an instantaneous Router's Relish. When the Router's Relish Battle Royals happen, they usually have a week with the seed. In this, you're doing it right away, so... Truant started his at 45, so he's still got 15 minutes. And still a level short, I believe.
I believe you're right.
He's back into 2? I'm
not sure if he saw both items. Or maybe he's grabbing more hearts to make...
Maybe. He's only 1 short of a potential play on Max. This is a segmented 2.
Magic friends. Okay, not taking a full-on retry. Yes, taking a full-on retry.
Alright. Reset his timer last time, and he still had 10 minutes.
He did. Maybe he thinks he has all the info he needs.
I'm just hoping he doesn't have the wrong tens value and think it's 35 minutes instead of 45.
Hopefully.
So I hope everybody is having some fun tonight. You can see in the middle of the screen basically the information that we have. What we don't have is that elusive level 4. We have found 9. We know important items can't be in 9. We have not found the raft as far as exploration items go. And I don't think we've seen all of the power bracelet spots. I only know of 2 of them that I can think we've seen.
We've seen the Forest Any Road bracelet spot. I don't know if we've seen the Lost Hills one. We did see the grave. Well, near the grave, east of Vanilla 6.
Yeah, those were the 2 I was thinking of as Truant sees a heart in 3. Oh, why did you grab that, Truant? Truant! Truant! Come on, man!
And Truant did also check the power bracelet blocks for the Arrow and West Death Mountain, neither of which moved.
Okay, chat saying Jazar did clear all the power bracelet spots, and that makes sense.
Yeah, so by all accounts, I believe all recorder spots have been checked as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of ground
has to be raft blocked.
ordered by multiple, so...
Yeah, so level 4, and the raft has to be an 8 at this point. Because we 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
I don't have a second item out of 5, so I think we're 50-50.
It was a heart.
Heart confirmed? Okay. So then, yeah. And boy, 8 was the very first dungeon I feel like we found, because it was the Armos spot.
Yeah.
But we never saw anybody do the full exploration of it. JSR's gonna pick up the bow. That'd just be remarkable if Go Mode is behind that level that was the first one we found, and just nobody, at least on stream, did the complete exploration.
4 bomb.
We do have something like 20 runners in this race tonight, by the way, and no one is completed yet. I feel that's very noteworthy because, hey, we're an hour and 20 minutes in. That's an entirely reasonable completion time.
Well, it is if it's not suddenly a 35-minute time.
And that is a Triforce out of 5 for JSR.
Level 8 was at the northeast of Vanilla.
Alright, Truant into level 7. So again, this is a case where we know runners have covered a lot of this ground, but did all of them see both or 3 items out of a dungeon? That's a different story.
That is the big Q at this point.
So, a great question in chat. Can Truant beat the game in the 9 minutes he has until hard reset? I think this is all about finding that bow.
Yeah.
9 minutes for level 9? You'd probably just be even worried about exploration more than actually killing Ganon.
Especially because he's got to find that raft from 8, find level 4.
And he's in the wrong dungeon is the other thing we know. Apparently he does not have both items out of 7 that he's doing this.
And this is a 3-segment level 8. That is a beautiful, beautiful ink blot there.
Truant gonna pick up the Atlas. And JSR finds another staircase. Can I just go back to, this is about the perfect seed for this rule set.
Absolutely.
I mean, not just the flags. This seed delivered. Obviously great flags for this.
Oh, 100%.
But I mean,
My question is, would the creepypasta danger noodle, whatever you'd like to call it, be considered as a 0 HP boss? I know it's got its own segments, but would each segment be 0 HP?
I would not know. I think Truant is showing some frustration with some of these bombs. Because he knows he's about to reset. I think this is all about putting his hands on the raft and then hopefully having enough time to actually check which raft spot it is. Was it a bomb wall all along? Oh my. Can it be? It's the wand! It's a floor drop!
We got wand in 8?
We have wand in 8. The heart drop in 8 is going to be our raft. You have to kill every room until you find that drop. Have I mentioned that this seed delivered?
Oh, this has been fantastic.
But that also means our combat upgrade is just a bomb away.
Yeah.
So, this isn't terrible news other than JSR and Truant have now both found out they could have had this wand the whole time. JSR reset at 51 minutes, so he's got 7 minutes left, basically. It's going to line up pretty even to that.
From 51 minutes?
Well, okay, so 130 would be from 45 minutes, add 6, it'd be 136.
Yep.
But at 130, he's probably going to reset anyways.
Probably
because then there's no advantage. So again, as we attempt to put the pieces of this puzzle together, finding that second staircase item in 8 tells us now that we are looking for the floor drop in 8 to give us the raft, to give us level 4. So at this point, nobody's going to want to reset before an hour. John Tabin is going to have to. He's got basically 2.5 minutes off, so he's only got about 90 seconds left on his run. John Tabin started this run at 42:40. Truant started 5. JSR at 51:28. Magic Friends
has his own
reset the
timer.
But again, I think even in Magic Friend's case, we'll probably reset when we get to the 90-minute mark and just take the unlimited timer from there.
Oh, absolutely. Makes the most sense to do so.
Druid gonna take one of the segments here. He's got 3 minutes left to try and locate this raft. And JSR has just found it.
Oh, wow. So the ladder blocked.
Yeah, I still think on the next run we're going to see him come back into the sake, though, because they're going to want the wand for the combat upgrade.
Absolutely. Play that I would make would be 1 for the ladder. Depending on routing and all that, pop into 6 real quick, and then take 8. Jet dash for the raft spot on the coast.
So we are.
It's the lake near start. It's got to be right in its vanilla spot, Fred. This is our most.
Got 2 minutes left for any exploration he wants to do. JSR's got about 10 minutes left.
And there it is.
I think in Truant's case, he was just bit by one piece of information he didn't have.
Yeah.
Alright, JSR does not need any of the items here. The white sword could potentially be here. More hearts could be here, but he's not in contention for a Mags play. So, this looks like total Triforce and Go mode.
Oh, yeah. And JSR restarted at 51.
JSR restarted at 51:28.
So he's got 8 minutes.
It'd be 36:28.
Yeah?
No. Yes. I'm sorry, math is hard. Don't do math live on Twitch. It always betrays you. John Tabin is going to wait specifically for 90 minutes. Truant just realized what his timer was. And, yeah.
So I think JSR is going to dig out
Here goes Truant.
as possible. Oh. That is almost not even Swiss cheese. Better right there.
Approximately 8 minutes for JSR to attempt this level 8 in. Wow. It can be done! JSR does not have usable audio, so to switch over to his 9. He is listening for the roar of Ganon. He has the bow and silvers to kill Ganon, and then must also find Zelda or whatever the sprite may be.
And this is actually a, even with the Lionel's, oh! Here!
We have Ganon. This is good news in that it makes exploration quick. Also, there is a shutter door nearby. Ganon is 0 HP, by the way. And JSR needs to go about 2 rooms over to check that one shutter door. Hopefully he remembers to. Because there's a quick shutter door right here.
It
does not open. So what he's looking for now is a shutter door that opens despite there being enemies still in the room. You do not want to leave one of those behind. JSR with approximately 6.5 minutes remaining at this point. This is very, very possible. You're only looking for one thing now instead of two. He's got the compass!
Woo!
The run is real!
He's got it. As long as I find a route and there is no magical staircase, he's done.
All he needs is the path to get there.
And there she is.
That is as GG as it gets. Chat, let's hear it for JSR.
That is an official SRL time of 1 hour 32 minutes, and his segments were 37, 14, 39.
That is gonna be good for 4th overall. It looks like Thurwolf brought it. 121.
Sci-Town. Sorry, go ahead.
You're right, Sci-Town. Go ahead.
And then it appears random effect.
No strangers to the top of that run. Oh boy.
That was
JSR
incredible.
had to feel the highs and lows on.
Oh, absolutely. Can we get JSR in the booth?
He should have the invite at this point. And hopefully will be able to join us.
And Laws was indeed right that it was an SNES RPG.
Go Baz, so Final Fantasy IV. Alright, Truant on the fresh run, and this does not have a reset for individual run. Why I'm not redoing that, and regrets have been had that I ever started filling it out. Magic Friends has the bow. So what we learned was the raft, which is required, is ladder blocked. We also learned that the wand was just one bomb away, so Truant is now much better armed at the start of this run than he has been any other.
Absolutely.
And JSR got that information as well. He didn't need it.
No.
At least not on a fresh run.
JSR just put on that afterburner and just whizzed through the rest of it. And that level 9.
The level 9 just worked out perfect for him. He did not have that much time. And it looks like we have a JSR. So, how much were you feeling the pressure in that 9? Let's start there.
Honestly, 9 wasn't what scared me. It was 8. I was very, very nervous when I didn't have the raft yet. I was kind of thinking to myself that I kept saying to my chat, I need to reset. I don't think I can risk this. And then when I figured out it either had to be in 5 or 8, I was just go, don't think about it, just go. And it turned out I had a little time to spare. But 9, I kind of felt, especially once I found Ganon, that it was going to be a pretty easy one.
Yeah, finding Ganon really felt like the difference. We didn't have your audio up, so we didn't know that you were a room away. But then the seed delivers you the compass in shorter, and then it was really on.
Yeah, I was kind of lucky that they didn't give me a bomb hole when I was killing those Lionels in the compass room, because I probably would have ditched. I feel the pressure. You know, obviously GG's to Thurwolf, Sci-Town, and Random Effect, who finished ahead of me. And seeing those dot duns starting to come in, you start feeling that pressure, because you know this field is jam-packed with talent, and I'm just thinking to myself, I've got to go. I've got to just go. Don't think about it. Just put your head down and just bulldoze it.
There is one question that I had. I saw after on the coast when you bombed the one and saw the take any in there around 51 minutes, you took that and immediately reset. What was the reason why when you found that was when you reset?
Actually, I was resetting. Well, the first time I reset was once I had, because I was still missing level 4, and I figured it was either wrap or power bracelet blocked. And I'm trying to remember if I found the power bracelet at the end of day 1. I think it was at the beginning of day 2. But once I had gotten to the point where I had nothing left to search out, is when I decided I needed to try to make a run. And that 8 just chewed up so much time for no... I mean, it turned out to be dig dogger blocked, and I figured it was with the easy recorder. I can't remember exactly the reason I reset right after the any road, but I assure you that it wasn't the any road itself that was the strategy there. It was mostly just trying to give myself a chance for a clean run.
My theory on that was that you had that down as level 4, either by elimination or a marking, but you've cleared that up for us. Truant gets Triforce out of 1. But that really paid off, because then you had just enough time to finish this one out.
Yeah, I'm glad I reset, because that second day started off so rough. Not that the third one started off much better. That Patra was playing Patra Wayne, but I'm glad that it didn't turn out as bad as it could have. I was very, whenever you're in a race like this where you've got to just put the pedal to the metal. When you make little mistakes like that, they turn into big ones. Like the first death was my fault. The second one was, nothing I could have done about it. And just those kind of things compound, and next thing you know, you're just on the edge of your seat. And you're very tense, and I'm glad I was able to calm down and kind of just feel out the seed and get through.
Well, last one for me. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. So how about that wand being bomb wall away?
I mean, it was nice to have, I suppose, but of course, having the book was kind of limited in its usefulness. But at the end of the day, though, it was a fun seed. I'm glad that they didn't all jam pack in the dungeons. That Wizrobes kind of stayed out of it for the most part, although they were trolls on the overworld. But for the most part, it was a very fun seed to play. It was very fair. It was fun trying to decode the puzzle. And I mean, this is my favorite race of the year. This is the one I look forward to the most. And shouts out to everybody behind the scenes this year and in the past who have put this thing together. It's a great thing. I look forward to it every year, as well as the Valentine's Day race, which I don't know if it's going to be. Is that going to be on Speed Gaming, or is that not? I'm not sure if they figured that out yet, but that one I think is on Thursday. Those are like the two best races of the year, man. Like, it's like, I don't know. There's something about them. It feels kind of like the Super Bowl of Randomizer. I don't know. For me, I just love this.
Well, encourage people to join the Z1 Randomizer Discord so that they can join in on this kind of fun shenanigans.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody behind the scenes over at Speed Gaming for putting this restream together and letting all the folks see this race. And to you both for your commentary. And of course, Oasis behind the scenes and whoever was tracking this evening as well.
That was Trenton.
You guys do so much hard work.
Debatable skills.
Well, Trenton was doing the tracking, which basically meant that chat was doing the tracking.
No, that is a ton of work doing that kind of work, especially if you're doing commentary at the same time. So mad respect for that. And as always, it's very appreciated from my point of view as a runner. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank JSR again, GG.
Thank you. And GG to all the rest of the folks. I can't wait to watch the rest of this race.
So we have, looking at the SRL room, not had another... Kind of feels like, without seeing the runs, that we've gotten a good flavor of what it looks like. I think everybody else has gotten onto that last segment, and they're going for it now. Truant's been able to cover a lot of ground since he both has the wand and that additional information now.
And that red ring.
I had the red ring on the last run. This time he's got the combat upgrade as well as the defense upgrade.
Which he's going to plow through this level 8 for sure.
Again, this is his second dive in here because all it took to get the wand was one measly little bomb wall.
That's got to be one of the funniest things.
Yeah, and again,
you don't really know where a bomb wall is going to be.
I can't kind of overemphasize this point too much, but it was 3 runs across all that. It was the very first dungeon that we found. And it was just to the left the whole time was our combat upgrade. Magic Fritz is going to sacrifice a bomb there. I think Magic Friends actually started this run before an hour and a half, to say. So, still has the 20-minute... I don't know that rule, actually.
Yeah, any run that is started earlier than the 90-minute mark has to be restarted at 45.
Okay. So only 20 minutes left on that run for Magic Friends. Of course, if for some reason Magic Friends did have the wrong time, which I suspected on the last restart, then a reset when getting to 35 would work anyways. Truan's gonna grab the raft there.
That raft was completely Dig Dogger block. Which means that runners have to get that White Sword Recorder before they even...
So obviously a great set of flags for this format, but oh my, the seed just could not have been more perfect for it.
Yeah, definitely got to get that recorder before 8 because Dig Dogger blocks. Which the recorder was a 5-heart requirement. So far on stream, Truant's the only one with the raft.
Yeah, again, we'll try and actually get these updated now. Although Magic Friends is still probably going to have a reset. I'm gonna re-grab this recorder. Did Truant already finish 4?
No, Truant just got the raft from 8, so he hasn't gone into 4 yet.
Going for a secret here, maybe?
That would appear to be the case, and with 4 being right next to start. Truant taking a little bit of anger out. Literally, possible spot to check on the overworld.
It took a lot to get through this seed.
That is for sure.
Okay, there we go. Tracker was being a little slow to update there. The buttons were pressed, the graphics weren't updating for a bit.
I'm not sure where the red candle was, but that does definitely confirm that the White Sword and the Lord Banana are in level 9.
The only other thing we didn't have was the Heart Drop in 5.
So that must have been it.
Yeah.
Heart Drop in 5 must have been the red candle.
A blue potion pickup? You don't see that every day. And Truant will complete the Triforce. This is probably going to be one of the fastest finished segments of the entire night. Although, actually, he's still missing a couple of pieces of Triforce, so he'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
I still stand by my statement. This will probably be one of the fastest. He's only 15 minutes into this right now. He's starting.
Yep, and he's at level 2 right here now. And he knows where the engine.
The only question now would be if you would go for hearts for the magic sword. I think he was considering that on the last run, but now with the wand, it's really doesn't have the same importance anymore.
Definitely not.
So also, a lot of your skill in came down to properly noting these dungeons, how you had to get through them, where things were, so get back to them quickly. And there's Triforce out 2 for Truant.
I do believe that.
One more. He was too short going in.
Oh, right. Okay, so level... What was that, 3 and 7?
Okay, he was 3 short going in. Shows what I know. 3 and 7, says chat. I believe that.
Cool.
Seven was at the top of the Lost Hills, so he's clearing those out for bombs and then going for the screen scroll to get there. And that skips the up, up, up. Up, up.
The slowest
Up.
thing in the world.
That's northwest, southwest when you're dealing with blues riffs.
Alright, I'll give you that.
And a level 7 for Truant. John Taven sees you entered the wrong seed, buddy. He might be thinking something along the lines of, I agree! Maybe, possibly. Got some Lionels hanging out down here. We didn't see them troll us too much this evening. They certainly had the potential
Push out of
to.
7. And left. He has an instant Triforce.
And with that red ring, plenty of defense. You don't have to worry about too many high roll drivers when Ganon's got 0 HP.
Yeah, have to be trolled very, very hard.
Lionels can do that, though, as they prove for John Taven.
Oh yeah.
They are master trolls.
And Truant is headed into level 3. Truant is headed out of level 3.
Well, you know, you gotta conserve your bombs.
Oh yeah.
Did we even need a bomb in 9?
But Truant is headed into level... No. Oh, another ink block guess was that level 6 looks like the number 6, which I can see that. I still call it a thumbs up for Balletta.
Triforce out of 6 for John Taven. And here goes Truant for level 9. So again, there was some very friendly elements to this seed with that magic key, and we didn't know it, but very early wand. I'm actually guessing that's one of the biggest differences in the very top finishers of this, is they probably found that wand very early on.
That is absolutely... Speaking of, SRL chest jerk, finishing in 5th place with a time of 107.
Definitely GG to Chest Jerk. And Truant begins the exploration of 9. So JSR found a very quick path through this 9 because of how he likes to route it.
And Truant found Ganon.
Yeah. If you're doing a little different path, you might find it not as friendly.
Absolutely true. And Truant was indeed a little bit.
Yeah, in these flags, what you really want to do with Ganon is just camp out somewhere Ganon's going to come to and keep stabbing till you get him.
Yeah. Definitely a good way to do it.
Big difference for JSR was finding that compass. And he said he almost didn't even kill the room that they were in. So let's see how this works out for Truant.
And this was the...
Yeah, the Lionel room here. He's got plenty of money to kill with, so he's getting the compass. That's going to be a very welcome sight.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we did need 1 bomb. That's not bad.
I think JSR used another one, but Truant on the other hand.
Got the door
Get
and the lags.
For the love who finishes with a time of 1:53:46.
So our runners are all commenting on their segment times, and I think Truant was the first to do a 4 segment. 45,
yes,
43, 21, and... Or no, that's a 2.
That's a 2. That is a 2.
Because he had started the run just before 1:30, and then thought better of it.
That 2-minute third day, you know?
So we can definitely officially congratulate him on the shortest
Yeah.
time.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I think this one only took 23 because he just didn't have all of the pieces put together from the previous run.
Yeah.
See,
And we
And
do
there we go.
have Truant in the commentary booth. GG, my love.
Thank you.
So you did you had one of the shortest segments there with a 2-minute segment.
Yeah, when I was starting over, I saw I was at 43. I wasn't going to do much in my 2 minutes. I figured, well, I know enough. I'm still looking for that stupid raft, so let's just go for it. And I didn't get a bomb drop, so I said, well, might as well restart and take as much time as I need.
There you go. How'd you feel about that wand in 8?
Yeah, that didn't bother me that much. I wasn't really looking for offense at that point. I was just looking for that stupid raft that was the key to the seed, and I just missed it the second time through. Otherwise, that probably would have been two runs.
Yeah, and I mean that was with that ladder block locked. It's a lovely thing to find.
So Truant, the run was absolutely real. I guess technically 2 segments before this, but how much did not finding level 4 bite you? Or yeah, I'm not sure how to phrase that exactly. How much do you think not having before that run started affected you?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
How much do you think not finding level 4 on the first run affected the runs after that?
Yeah, I think I was still looking for 3 and 4 after the first run, and I figured if that's all I need, I should be good. And then once everything else got done and I saw it was just the 2 raft spots, that's when I started to panic, and I think I quickly figured out it had to be the floor drop in 8, and 8 was already a burden. I should have went back and grabbed that book out of 7, so I knew right away that was eating at me, but yeah, not knowing where 4 was, because I figured it was definitely going to be an easy one to run through, especially having everything else.
Okay, give me just one moment. And chat's asked if we can do anything about your audio. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. So from a viewer perspective, this flag set and seed felt almost perfect for this rule set. How did it feel as a runner?
Yeah, I liked it. It was definitely more towards the 100% side, minus I don't think the power bracelet was needed, but you kind of everywhere, everything was spread out, and it made you earn it. It wasn't like it was going to be a walk. I think last year, or the year before, somebody finished within the first run, and it was like, oh, okay, well, what did I miss?
That's totally fair.
I do want to ask about one more thing. On run number 2, it looked like you were collecting hearts on a mag's play that didn't work out. Was that an active goal?
No, I think I just started picking up hearts to pick up hearts, and then after I realized it, I was making note because I knew if I had to go back a third time, I didn't pay attention to how many hearts were required for the recorder, so I wanted to make sure I had 6 whenever I went there.
It was 5 hearts.
Yeah, on my 4th run, I ended up getting it at 5. I just gambled and said, let's go for it.
Well, any other thoughts on this one tonight, Truant?
Yeah, I like the one we did last week better because of the finish, but that's all right. It was fun. Glad to do it.
I thought this was the one we did last week. It is Groundhog Day, right?
I'm not coming back next week. I'm just letting you know now. I learned a lesson here tonight. That's what's important.
Well, thank you for a great show, Truant.
Yes, GG, my love.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later.
Take care.
Question in chat about our winner tonight. That was
It was Thurwolf overall, and it was JSR on stream.
quite the impressive 121 from Thurwolf. As you can see, we're still going here with the majority of the field still going, in fact. And then JSR was our first on stream at a 132. Right, so John Tabin has been making some progress as we turn our attention back to our still competing runners. Working through this level 7, where of course we know the Atlas was. Process of elimination, we figured out that 9 has the white sword and wood boomerang.
According to chest, the boomerang was the floor item in 4.
In 4? Okay. Then the other item had to be a heart.
Yeah. Friends did not restart before the minute time, so he is from scratch.
Yeah, this one will be
At
good,
2 hours in. This is
Yeah, unfortunately for Magic, he just did that last reset a little bit too soon. But anything from here is good. He's able to take this all the way.
Absolutely.
John Tabin working through the rest of this. And would politely telling a few things he would rather them away.
That is quite possibly the case. I am sad to say that I am going to have to back out of commentary for the night. I have the lovely privilege of morning.
Well, thank you for joining me tonight, Dracia. Hope you have a great one.
You too, Trenton. Kick butt with the rest of the commentary, and GG, and have fun to all of our people on Restream and doing the race in general.
That is a Wizrobe firing squad. Magic Friends came down the ladder, all of them pointed on the ladder, ready to kill you. That's a lot of damage, but Magic Friends stayed outside of the pixels where they could actually damage him, and that made quite the difference. Alright, Magic Friends is going to pick up some money here. Definitely need that to get started. Resets the timer now, it doesn't matter, except for split purposes. This run started after the 90-minute mark, so you are able to take it to the finish, however long that takes. Into level 1. Level 1, of course, was absolutely loaded tonight. We found that out pretty early on. The first run through, first segment, we found out that ladder and silvers were here. Then all we theoretically needed was bow at that point. Eventually found the bow. Found out raft was required as well, though. And that slowed things down considerably. Eventually found out that recorder and ladder were required to get the raft for go mode out of level 8. It is floor drop, but double blocked, or is that triple blocked? I don't know. I lost count. Question in chat, was I doing that math? Absolutely not. I deny such vicious. What I will not deny is that Patrick can be a jerk and takes down Magic Friends. There, he'll have to start over. With only 3 hearts, though, you get the beam swords. That does theoretically help for Patra, but when you're taking 2 hearts of damage, 1 bop hurts a lot. 2 bops kills you. Checking how we're doing here. We've had a couple of finishers as things have gone along. We have Hober J Smash, our 7th place this evening with a 203. And forgive me, I don't know how this one actually goes, but Nachio Beto with 8th place at 204.16. I am sure I mispronounced that. Alright, one more try against this Patra for Magic Friends. He has lost Beam Sword, but he's got a couple of the pieces of Patra down. 1 left, he's got it, and there he has finished off Patra. Who thankfully will not be coming back. John Tabin working through level 8 in Magic Friends unfortunately takes us a death again in 1. The good news being, Patra's gone! So this is going to be a full life dive. This is going to feel quite refreshing by comparison. Actually, a big difference seems to be that Magic Friends does not have the wand, and John Tabin was able to pick that up on this run, so quite the difference there. And that is exactly the reason why people don't like book with the wand and getting the fire is you throw it at a case, next thing you know, you're walking into your own fire. Magic Friends has one of the hearts dropping here in 1. And about to pick up an item over here. Again, this level 1 just being absolutely loaded with both ladder and silver arrows. The completely unnecessary map here in level 8 for John Tabin. And no additional finishers we've covered. And Magic Friend's going to pick up the Triforce out of level 1. Working through 8 is Tabin. Magic Friends trying to cover some ground yet again. Yeah, unfortunately, bomb walls do require bombs, at least as of now. But Magic Friends is into 3. This will be a quick run for the Triforce. Possibly some hearts. Oh, almost synchronized Triforce pickups as John Tabin gets it out of level 8. Magic Friends now is over into level 2, and yet again, a quick dungeon, as all we need is the Triforce. Though he does need another heart, and we'll probably want to grab that along the way here so that he can pick up the recorder. Okay, this was a weird one to track, so obviously he had gotten recorder in earlier runs, but has to grab it yet again. These Lionels can be quite the jerks. Magic Friend's doing a good job handling them now. Gets plenty of health back. Just don't take a hug. And successfully through the room. That'll be enough hearts to grab the recorder, so that is what's required of this seed. As John Tabin is also going to enter the fray here at level 2. Picks up the compass, although he's had the Triforce out of this level before, so theoretically I already knew exactly where that was, although people's individual trackings may vary. And Magic Friends has left the Triforce behind, so this appears to be a play for that second heart container. Easy enough to get, so it makes sense. And there is the Triforce at a level 2. And also at a 2 for John Tabin. Just a couple away from a potential magic sword play. We never did see an actual attempt for it. Truant got close. He was actually 1 away from a minimum check. And then did not actually get the opportunity to check it. And Magic Friends will be going into level 5 next. This is where the bow is. Theoretically, a quick process to clean this up once you know where everything is. But sometimes theory and practice, very different things. So again, they do not have the reset rule at 45 minutes. These runs started after the 90-minute mark, so they are valid to take to the finish. However much time you may need. Tabin not looking for much. Just needs a bow, just needs a Triforce. The old man is thirsty. Well, I don't know what you're expecting out of us. And there is going to be the bow for Magic Friends. John Tabin still trying to pick it up as well. Got an annoying Dig Dogger in our way. This was much required seed. That's interesting. How did that Dig Dogger escape the whole 0 HP on boss thing? This I do not know. But I do know that Magic Friends is going to pick up the Triforce saddle level. And be moving on to other things. Magic Friends going to go for some more money. Has quite the bit right now. Wonder if there's a bomb upgrade routed into this. I'm being informed by Chess Jerk that the eyes are not technically bosses. Okay then. So they would revert to normal HP in that circumstance because those were our two options. Right, bosses were 0 HP. All other enemies were normal. This room works out well for dealing with these dark nuts for John Tabin. Not perfect, but you can get a lot of free hits without taking damage. Tabin's still looking to pick up bow and Triforce out of this 5. I don't think he had the rooms noted for this 5, because I don't think he went to some that he did not need to. So it appears he did not have it properly marked out for where he needed to go, and that cost him some extra time. A welcome sight of a staircase, though, and that is going to be John Tabin. Now he'll just need the Triforce and get out of here. Alright, let's see what we have here. I think we have a couple more finishers. So we want to give them some notes. Was Adirondack Rick coming in 9th place this evening with a 214. Putzer coming in 10th with a 215. They were just 5 seconds apart. Jay Wade, as John David's going to get the Triforce out of 5 now. Jay Wade 614 was our 11th place finisher. King Doll finished in 12th place. And add to that one withdraw, I believe, gives us one more runner other than the 2 we see here as Magic Friends gets the Triforce at a level 6. And that red ring is going to be always a welcome pickup. Probably wishing he had had that for the Patra earlier. A question in chat about if the runners know the rules. I think they're pretty good on it. We had a couple of clarification messages in the Discord beforehand, so I feel like the reset rules were pretty well stated. Of course, that said, we had the earlier start time, and not everyone saw that part earlier. This is going to level 7 for Magic Friends. Atop the Lost Hills. And John Tabin is going to have enough hearts to take a look at the Magic Sword. We have not seen that check yet. No one else got to this many. Truant was one short of it. This is our first potential check. As Magic Friends is into 7. John Tabin's going to enter 8. Re-enter 8. Now has the ability to get the raft. Can't stop here. Keys are destroying this country. I feel like that should say dungeon. And a nice forced bomb there for Magic Friends to keep him well supplied. As this 7 just keeps on going and going and going. Another heart picked up. Will 7 had the book as our atlas. Still needs to get the Triforce out of here, the atlas required. Very useful, especially early. And there's Triforce out of 7 for Magic Friends. Yeah, they've been working through this triple segmented and starts over again. Was a little off path. Again, he is here for the raft, which is required. What was the path? I don't know. I can't remember things like that. It's the reason I decided that talking about this race would be easier than being in this race. One Darknut to get out of the way for Tabin. Few too many Darknut hugs there, but fortunately the Red Ring does its job quite nicely. That was the wrong room. Not sure if Tabin thinks he's looking for a staircase item. It's a floor drop item, is the raft. It is Dig Dogger blocked to get there, and we may see Magic Friends get there before Tabin does. So he hasn't been to that northern segment in this re-entry. He came here early to get the wand. Again, we found out late in the going here that it turns out we could have had the wand all along. It bomb in level 8. Didn't even have to beat any enemies. Just had to have the bombs to go across one wall. Here's a Dig Dogger in the way. Silver arrows. Make easy work of that. Silver arrows have very damage. It's quite nice when you're able to get them early with plenty of money and kill things that much easier with ranged damage. Just have to keep yourself well funded to be able to do that. Chad, help me out. Did John Tabin actually get the raft out of 8? Because I didn't see him get up to where he needed it from. And Magic Friends has just located the wand, which is probably causing him to think something along the lines of, really? Now I find the wand? But that said, it's going to help things out the rest of the way. Yeah, so it doesn't look like Tabin has been able to get the raft yet. Unfortunately, as the midnight hour approaches here on the East Coast, we're going to have to put a wrap on things. Say GG to all of our runners. Great field turned out. Hope everybody had a lot of fun. You still got 2 great runners going in this one. The action, please give them a follow. Go check things out. And thank you to each and every one of you who joined us this evening. Thank you, Speed Gaming. And hope everybody has a great week.